the constant buzz. Our world is a symphony of sounds, notifications, and flashing screens. We are constantly bombarded with information. Emails, texts, social media, and news compete for our attention. This influx leaves us overwhelmed and exhausted. Overstimulation silently erodes our focus and energy. It's time to reclaim our attention and well-being. Drowning in information. What exactly is overstimulation? It's a state of mental overload caused by excessive sensory input. Our brains are simply not designed to handle the constant barrage of information we face in the digital age. Imagine your brain as a computer processor. Every notification, email, and news update is like a new program running in the background. With too many programs running, the computer slows down, struggles to complete tasks, and eventually overheats. Similarly, when we are constantly bombarded with information, our brains become overwhelmed. We experience mental fatigue, our ability to focus plummets, and we become more susceptible to stress and anxiety. Overstimulation is the digital age's silent epidemic, and it's time we started paying attention. In the past, our ancestors relied on their senses for survival, paying attention to cues in their environment that signaled danger or opportunity. Their brains evolved to prioritize and process essential information while filtering out the rest. Fast forward to the 21st century, and we find ourselves in a vastly different landscape. Our brains are still wired for a world of scarcity, but we now live in an age of information abundance. Your brain on overload. The consequences of this mismatch are significant. Our brains, overwhelmed by the constant influx of digital stimuli, struggle to keep up. This can lead to a decline in cognitive function, including reduced attention span, impaired memory, and difficulty concentrating. Have you ever found yourself mindlessly scrolling through social media, only to realize you can't remember what you just saw? That's your overstimulated brain struggling to encode information effectively. Overstimulation not only impacts our cognitive abilities, but also takes a toll on our emotional well-being. The constant pressure to stay connected, the fear of missing out, and the relentless stream of negativity in the news can leave us feeling anxious, stressed, and emotionally drained. Our brains are wired to seek out novelty and reward, and the digital world provides these in abundance. Every notification, like, and comment triggers a surge of dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. This constant stimulation creates a feedback loop that keeps us hooked, even when we know we should disconnect. We become addicted to the next notification, the next email, the next piece of news, even though it comes at the expense of our mental and emotional well-being. The mental toll of overstimulation. The mental consequences of overstimulation are numerous and far-reaching. One of the most significant is the erosion of our attention spans. In a world of constant distractions, our ability to focus on a single task for an extended period is diminishing. This can have serious implications for our work, our relationships, and our overall quality of life. Imagine trying to read a book while simultaneously checking your phone, responding to emails, and listening to music. Your brain is being pulled in multiple directions, and it's impossible to give your full attention to any one thing. This fragmented attention not only reduces our productivity, but also prevents us from experiencing the joy of deep immersion in an activity. Another major consequence of overstimulation is increased stress and anxiety. The constant barrage of information, the pressure to stay connected, and the fear of missing out create a state of chronic stress that can have serious implications for our mental and physical health. Overstimulation has significant physical repercussions. Our bodies feel the strain when our minds are overwhelmed. One immediate effect is sleep disruption. Blue light from devices suppresses melatonin, disrupting sleep. This leads to difficulty falling asleep and daytime fatigue. Chronic sleep deprivation weakens our immune system. It increases our risk of chronic diseases. Overstimulation impairs cognitive function and creates a cycle of exhaustion. The dopamine loop, why you crave more. Why do we subject ourselves to this constant barrage of stimulation? The answer lies in our brain chemistry and the addictive nature of digital technology. Our brains are wired to seek out pleasure and reward. Every notification triggers a surge of dopamine. This creates a powerful feedback loop. The same mechanism underlies addiction to drugs and gambling. Over time, we need more stimulation to achieve the same reward. This is how we end up mindlessly scrolling for hours. The more we engage, the more we crave. Breaking free is challenging. We're fighting powerful biochemical forces. Disconnect to reconnect, practical strategies for digital detox. Breaking free from the clutches of overstimulation requires conscious effort and a commitment to reclaiming our attention and our lives. It's about finding a sustainable balance between the digital world and the real world. The first step is to become aware of how much time we spend on our devices. There are various apps available that track screen time and provide insights into our digital habits. Once we have a clear understanding of our usage patterns, we can start setting limits. Designate specific times during the day when you will disconnect from your devices completely. This could be during meals, family time, or before bed. Create device-free zones in your home, such as the bedroom and dining room, to encourage face-to-face interaction and relaxation. Turn off notifications for non-essential apps. Do you really need to know every time someone likes your Instagram post or comments on a friend's Facebook update? Remember, it's not about eliminating technology entirely, but rather about using it intentionally and mindfully. Rediscovering quietude, the power of unplugging. Beyond setting boundaries with technology, we need to rediscover the power of quietude and solitude. Our brains need downtime to process information, recharge, and engage in creative thinking. Schedule regular unplugged time into your week, even if it's just for 15 to 20 minutes each day. During this time, engage in activities that promote relaxation and mindfulness, such as meditation, yoga, spending time in nature, reading a book, or simply sitting quietly and observing your surroundings. Cultivate hobbies and interests that have nothing to do with technology. This could be anything from gardening and painting to playing a musical instrument or learning a new language. Engaging in these activities allows your mind to wander, promotes creativity, and helps you reconnect with yourself and the world around you. Finding balance in a hyper-connected world. Living in the digital age doesn't mean surrendering to a life of constant overstimulation. We have the power to choose how we engage with technology and reclaim our attention, our time, and our well-being. By understanding the science behind overstimulation and implementing practical strategies to manage our digital consumption, we can create a healthier, more balanced, and ultimately more fulfilling life. Remember, your attention is your most valuable resource. It's what allows you to focus, to learn, to connect with others, and to experience the fullness of life. Don't let the constant buzz of the digital world steal it away. Choose to disconnect, to recharge, and to live a life that is both connected and present. The key is not to reject technology altogether, but to use it consciously and intentionally to enhance our lives rather than control them. By finding balance, we can reap the benefits of the digital age without succumbing to its overwhelming demands. The choice is ours. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give a like and subscribe to the channel.